Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I am AJ Gels. How's it all going? Hey, how y'all doing? I'm sorry. It's early morning on Friday. I just got back from the gym. I just took a shower. I think, man, dude, guys, I've been up for I think like 36 hours right now. It's like I'm pretty tired. So if I sound a little low energy, and then there's a reason for that. It's just, man, I'm just having some really bad insomnia right now. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go take a nap. But no, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't know what this show is, if you don't watch week to week, basically what I do is I cover pretty much gaming news from the past week. I go through. I have a list of topics, list of just news stories I pulled from 4 or 5 websites. And I go down the list, talk about them, give my opinions on them. Long and short of it, that's pretty much what the show is. Please remember you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, my website, all down in the description below. Always feel free to talk to me down in the comments about whatever the hell you want. Always happy to hear from you guys. And if you enjoyed the videos and want to help support the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and watch the other stuff that I do, which is Let's Plays and all that stuff. I actually just started a new Let's Play series last night. I just started the Uncharted collection. Really fun. It's gonna be a really fun one. But yeah, guys, I don't really have a lot of hemming and hawing to do. A lot of stuff to talk about really right now. So I'm just gonna kind of hop in the news. Here we go. Sorry. Apparently, we can expect, and this is from an article by Matt Porter over at IGN, we can expect an announcement about PS4.5 before the PSVR launch. This is a weird rumor, if you ask me. It's just because this isn't saying expect the console, but expect an announcement about the console. I'm like, why are we even talking? Why is this important? I don't know. I mean, it was just one of those weird rumors. I don't know how many people are interested in the 4.5, or I think it's also might also be called the PS4K, something like that. But no, I mean, I think this is I mean, I'm interested in the PS4.5. Not very much in the PSVR, but I don't know. I'd laugh if you need 4.5 to run VR. That'd be funny. I mean, it'd be terrible for everyone. It'd be funny for me because I hate VR. Either way, Numinous Games apparently has, and I quote, not yet seen a single dollar from sales, end quote, end quote, for That Dragon Cancer, according to game designer Ryan Green. If you don't remember what That Dragon Cancer was, it was a game that came out a couple months ago. I sound crass when I say it, but literally, it's this really trippy game about the small family when one of the members gets diagnosed with cancer, and it's weird. I mean, I got nothing against it. I mean, it's just one of those. It's one of those indie titles that it's not for everyone. It's very artsy and it's very. It's one of those that's not really a game. It's more like an experience kind of deals. But the reason I add this, among the reason that he's saying they've not seen any money, from this game in sales, is due to Let's Plays, saying that because of us, people doing Let's Plays like what I do, we are the reason why his game hasn't turned a profit. As in, they've basically underestimated the number of people who would just be fine watching rather than playing the game. I don't know. I don't think that's the thing. I feel like I really mean in saying this game just probably wasn't as popular as you thought. it would be. I mean, he's basically stating that Dragon Cancer has reached over 1 million views on just millions of views on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like this is a weird thing. It's like I don't know. I think that this is weird. This is kind of one of those weird games that people heard about, so they're gonna watch it and then they're gonna go like, I'm fine just watching it. But it's, I don't know. It's one of those weird things. He also says this interesting thing, saying he wants us to continue sharing our experiences and not just rebroadcasting. As in not just play. I don't know what the hell he wants. I disagree. I don't think that Let's Plays hurt the industry. I think, if anything, they do quite a bit for the industry. I mean, hell, a lot of Let's Players out there. I mean, why do companies give early copies to a lot of Let's Players out there? Let them play the game early. It's free marketing. I mean, free marketing, but it's basically free marketing. You put your game out there into the wild. People are playing it. People are talking about it. Creates buzz. People can kind of see what it is before, because especially now that most rental chains are gone. I mean, I personally, I think Let's Plays are a very not a foundational part of the industry, but I do think they hold their place. I mean, and I will say I respect this company. They weren't telling people to take down videos. They weren't copywriting. But they're just saying it sucks, and I think they said, like, please value them for their work and whatnot. We do. It's like anybody out there, who as a small developer, my heart goes out to you. I understand. I understand the toughness of that is business. And I really do wish you guys the best of luck. But don't. I don't know. I respect all developers. It's like why I say it's like whenever I finish a series, I always say, a big thank you to the development and publishing teams, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of man hours, and I do have the utmost respect for you people. Thank you so much for what you do. That article, I got that from an article by Allegra Frank over at Polygon. This is kind of a funny one. A 16-year-old kid hacked into Steam and released a game. Watch Paint Dry is a 45-second game where you can guess what you do. The funny thing about this is no one at Steam noticed that this game was released. I think the kids worked with Steam and I think it was like AMP or something else was another service that he posted this game. He's worked with them to help tighten their security. Post this attack. So I guess everything's fine, but that's really funny if you ask me. I haven't actually checked Steam. I really should probably do that. See if I can get that game. That'd be fucking funny. Article by Lucy O'Brien over at IGN. But apparently, that's not the only thing that Steam or Valve was in the news for this week. Apparently, Valve has been found guilty of breaking Australian consumer law. This is due to when let me see here. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. That's a weird thing. That's an actual thing too. Announced that they were suing Valve all the way back in 2014. This is basically all because at the time Steam would not allow refunds, and I quote, unless required by local law. And then some other stuff which basically said, even if it is, no. So, which is, against consumer policy and whatnot in Australia. But since then, Steam does now have a refund system. I think it's had June of 2015. That was when they implemented this. Currently, no fine has been decided, but there's a possibility of Valve paying about 75% of the ACCC's, that's a weird acronym, legal cost plus any liability that they would come across through the case. Article by Matt Porter over at IGN. This is going to be a short segment this week. In the middle of the show, I usually take time to talk about all the release dates and whatnot that have came out. There's really not a lot this week. Pretty short list. We have Shadow of the Beast coming to North America on May 17th. Hitman Episode 2 set in Sapienza, a fictitious Italian town. Coming to us April 26th. Thank you to Eddie McCooch over at GameSpot. Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness coming June 28th. Pre-orders are now available. Thank you to Matthew Cato at Game Informer. And the big one, every JRPG fan has been excited for this one, except me. This Final Fantasy 15 finally got its announcement. I wouldn't have an announcement. Finally got its release date. So coming to us September 30th. I think Colin Moriarty put my feelings best into Twitter, saying, I really don't care about Final Fantasies, and I think he's said 6 to 11, and I don't care about this one. And I'm sitting there going, it's kind of how I am. I mean, I really like Final Fantasy X. I picked up the remastered on PS4 not too long ago. 10's my weakness. I really like 10. And 10 too. That one's okay. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. I love JRPGs. It's just, Final Fantasy 15 is not just, it's not hitting that thing in my brain that's makes me really want to play it. I think it's because I like turn-based system games, and just there's just not a lot of them left, which is probably why I'm super stoked for Persona 5 coming out later this summer. But along with this announcement of its release date, we also have 2 collector's editions that were announced. One is the deluxe edition for $89.99. That is $89.99. Wait, $89.99. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that more sensibly. Sensibly? Whatever. The deluxe edition comes with a steelbook, a bonus weapon, outfit, and a skin for Noctis's car. Then you can get the Ultimate Collector's Edition for $269.99. This is limited to 30,000 units worldwide. Will come with a hardcover art book, soundtrack, exclusive Play Arts Kai Noctis figure, and the same bonus content as the deluxe edition. I got all this from an article by Andrew Goldfarb at IGN. Goldfarb also wrote about another 3 articles that basically says that they aren't just doubling down on Final Fantasy 15, they're quadrupling down on 15. Not only is they coming out with a game, for our PlayStation 4s and Xbox One, we're also getting a mobile game that's an RPG pinball game. And an anime and a movie, all announced around Final Fantasy 15. Also, again, article by Goldfarb at IGN. That's just weird to me. I don't know why we need all of this stuff, but I don't know. It's great marketing. Final Fantasy 15 is probably testing really well. So, and if all that wasn't enough, the Final Fantasy 15 news is not over with yet. Currently, you can play the Final Fantasy 15 demo right now for free. Basically, this is an offshoot of the main game, and basically will allow you to experiment with, kind of systems and ideas that may be in the final product. Thank you to Daniel Tack at Game Informer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I may or may not play this. It's again I may or may not play the actual game. I don't know. I mean, it's cool that they're releasing this for free and that it's anybody can try it. So yeah. It's a good idea, I guess. This is an interesting one. Apparently, Atlas games that are released over here in the U.S. will now be published by Sega. And this includes Persona 5. I think this had something to do with, I think Sega purchased the parent company of Atlus, but they're not owned. They were working independently. It's a weird... I was reading about it, and business stuff confused the hell out of me after a little bit. So, for really basically, Atlus and Sega are their own two things. I think Sega came out basically saying this will be mutually beneficial, which I guess, yeah, they're just helping publish over here. So, yeah. And like I said, that includes Persona 5, which hopefully we will be seeing this summer, and if we don't, I will throw a fit. I'm sorry, I've been waiting for this game since last year, when they told us, like, fall of last year, then said summer of next year, and I almost flipped the table. I was not happy. But apparently, like I said, both companies will continue to act independently, and Atlus's branding, of Persona, will not be affected. It will still be listed as an Atlus video game. Article by Alex Osborne over at IGN. Man, there's a lot of Japan news, or the Japanese companies. Man. But Nintendo has confirmed that Marin, is that how that's Marin? I'm sorry, I don't know my Zelda. I don't know my Zelda characters. I'm sorry, I'm not a Nintendo guy. But I think I'm going to go with Marin. Apparently she will be part of the Link's Awakening pack for Hyrule Warriors. Article by Vicky Blake at IGN. Yeah, I really don't have anything to say about that. My Nintendo is now currently live, as well as Miitomo, the mobile app. The Nintendo mobile app is now launching over here in the U.S. Nintendo apparently has described Miitomo, and I like this. Has described Miitomo as, and I quote, free to start social experience. The hell is that? And I mean, I've seen it. It's like you create Miis and then you. I don't understand Nintendo sometimes. They make some weird choices. Articles, I kind of combined two articles. One by Mike Footer at Game Informer and the other by Joe Screbbles at IGN. I guess you kind of say in the final Nintendo news, if anybody knows Allison Rapp, apparently her title was a Nintendo Product Marketing Specialist. If anybody you've seen her on Twitter, if you follow like Nintendo or you follow a lot of gaming stuff, you've probably seen her on Twitter. Because I remember, it's like when they were showing the picture of her with her tweets, I'm like, oh, I know who that is. It's one of those kind of deals. I'm just like, I didn't know she worked for Nintendo. No offense to her. Either way. But apparently she's been terminated from this job. According to her Twitter account, she is no longer seen as, and I quote, a good, safe representative of Nintendo, end quote. That's her words from her Twitter account. Apparently Nintendo is basically denying the fact that she was terminated due to recent controversy that is surrounding the localization of Fire Emblem Fates. But apparently she was fired for, and I quote, moonlighting under a fake name. So basically she was working with a different company under a fake name. She claims that that's actually encouraged by the company. It's a weird mess. You can go check out the full article by Jose Otero over at IGN. This controversy over Fire Emblem Fates. This is interesting because I never heard of this. That this was a. I know the issue that they're talking about because they're removing a part of Fire Emblem Fates that they're thinking it's. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's like a character drinks something and they change genders. And then it's like forcing them to change back, and they're afraid in the U.S. It's a statement about those forced those fake those. I'm trying to think what they're called. Those conversion camps where basically you go and they take gay people and homosexual, whatever the PC term is. I don't know. I'm not that PC. Take them and they convert them to being quote unquote straight, normal, whatever. Which is a terrible thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not condoning that, but that's what the idea of this is. So they're kind of pulling this little bit of the game out, and there was controversy over this, which I have no idea what side she falls on. Like I was going through Twitter, I couldn't find anything. So if you're interested, go check out her Twitter. She's still pretty funny. And Nintendo, like me, wishes her best in her future endeavors and seeing what she's gonna go do in the future. And that is, like I said, really sad for her. Like I said, I thought she was good at her job. She was funny. She was cool. Like I said, that article was by Jose Otero over at IGN. This is a fun one. This makes me laugh. Apparently, David Hayter. If you don't know who David Hayter is, probably most known for his portrayal of Snake from Metal Gear Solid. I think he's been the voice all the way until Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, where he was replaced with Kiefer Sutherland. Why the hell he was replaced with Kiefer Sutherland? Fuck, I know. But apparently, David Hayter says Konami and Kojima Productions have been trying to get rid of him since Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which, if you don't remember, took place before everything. It's a prequel. Person, you ask me, I thought that was a really cool game, and probably some of the best music. So I was very well scored one. Very very well scored game. But Hayter's actually saying that Kojima wanted Kurt Russell to voice Snake. This is kind of a joke because Snake was apparently based off of Kurt Russell's character from Escape from New York, Snake Plissken. So it's kind of funny. He wanted him to voice the character. Also, I guess in an interview with Game Informer, he flat out said he's not going to work with Kojima again. Basically saying, and I quote, "I've got no particular love for Kojima," end quote. Also saying, and I kind of like this one. When asked if he's played Metal Gear Solid 5, he said that'll be, and I quote, "That'll be 60 hours of Sorry, I can't talk. That'll be 60 hours of humiliation that I can't get to." And he's also said he hasn't played Ground Zeroes. That's kind of funny. Article by ONS Good at Polygon. That's kind of, you ask me, I mean, I get it. I get why he's pissed. I mean, I would be too. Like that was his character. I mean, you go back to the VGAs. This is gonna bug me. The woman who did the voice for Lara Croft in Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think it was a different voice actor from who voiced Lara, and the previous one by Crystal Dynamics. I know her name too, and it's just not coming to me right now. And this means no offense to her. It's just it's been a while. I just can't think. When she got her award at the VGAs, it kind of went up, and at least I think it was her. I could be remembering this differently from a scene, but she made the joke. It's like, who could remember the voice of Solid Snake, and she's like David Hayter, and Kiefer Sutherland sitting like up there just going, it's like a big middle finger to him. It was so funny. Christ. According to the rumor mill, the next Call of Duty game will be full-on sci-fi, which basically, as they're putting it, it'll make Black Ops 3 look ancient, so pretty much space combat, which makes me sad for one reason. It means no Call of Duty Ghosts 2. If you don't know, I loved Call of Duty Ghosts, especially because this is the same people who did Ghosts. No, this really does make me sad though. I really loved Call of Duty Ghosts. I wish we'd see Ghosts 2. I mean, this game seems interesting, but who knows? We'll see what comes of it. Article by Joe Screbbles at IGN. But speaking of, I'm sorry. Speaking of Black Ops 3, though, starting today at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Monday, so, that's... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Starting today through 10 a.m. Pacific time, Monday. My bad. I can't read my own notes. PS4 owners can get the Awakening DLC for Black Ops 3 for free. All you need to do is install the latest update for the game, and all versions, no matter what console, will also be having a double XP and a double weapon XP event all weekend for all platforms. Ed McCooch at GameSpot. If you're interested in survival mode for Far Cry Primal, this is coming to us April 12th, according to an article by Evan Campbell at IGN. I was reading some stuff on survival mode. It's like permadeath, and it's just more realistic. Like they take away your gauges and your mini map. It seems like a really cool challenge. Like I'd love to do. It's not in my Let's Play series because that would be talking about banging my head against the wall. This is an interesting one. Ubisoft has apparently started a new studio in the Philippines, conveniently called Ubisoft Philippines. But no, they're very excited. Article by Jose Otero at IGN, by the way. They're hoping that they can do very well with this new studio, as they have with other studios around that area. Ubisoft Singapore being one of them. They were very instrumental in Assassin's Creed 4, probably one of the most popular Assassin's Creed games. So where they're hoping to get a similar kind of success with this new studio. Square Enix has apparently registered domain names for Just Cause Go, Life is Strange Go, Deus Ex Go, Thief Go, and Tomb Raider Go. I almost said Terminator Go. Joe Scrubbles at IGN. This is that's weird. Why do we need this game? Why? If you don't remember the Go series, Hitman Go and Tomb Raider Go are already a thing. I don't know why they also got Tomb Raider Go. They're very popular. It's just I can get Just Cause and get Deus Ex and I get Thief. Those kind of work as those like Go games. Who would play Life is Strange Go? That's a weird choice if you ask me. Like I said, an article by Joe Scrubbles at IGN. Apparently, I found this interesting. This technically isn't news. I also saw another article similar to this that apparently said that Grand Theft Auto 5 almost took place in Japan, like in Tokyo. I'm like, I would have played that. That seems cool. But no, apparently Epic Games worked on Gears of War 4 for 6 months before selling it to Microsoft, deciding that they're going to move on. I got that from an article by Eddie Kutch at GameSpot. Basically, that's now before the Coalition, the current development team who's working on it, took it over. I couldn't find how much they sold it for, which I think it'd be a lot. I don't know. I would kind of like to see what Epic Games can continue to do, but at the same time, I'm really excited to see what this new team is going to... Because I think it's going to kind of give us Gears of War, but this kind of fresh feel. So yeah, I'm still... Again, I keep talking about Gears of War 4. It's I'm so excited about that game. All right. The final story I have for you guys this week. Apparently, EA is patching EA Sports UFC 2. And basically what this patch is going to be doing, this is going to remove the fighter celebration. It's after you win, the player, crosses themselves, for a victory. Apparently players and fighters, the people on the roster, have actually complained about this. Notably, a Russian lightweight fighter, and I'm hoping to God I can pronounce this correctly. Again, I believe it's Khabib. Give me a second. God damn it, I cannot pronounce Russian names. Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov, I think that's how it is. Who's a Muslim, was angered by seeing his in-game self crossing himself. That seems redundant. Either way, he was, it upset him, rightfully so. I get it. No, don't, not, and I mean, do not take me joking about your name or any of this is offending you. Mostly because I'm pretty sure you can kick the shit out of me. No, I mean, you can. But no, no, I mean, rightfully so. You know, I can see why that's angering you. A lot of people take their religion very seriously. You know, it's saying it's upset him, and it's being kind of seen as upsetting to some of his. He has a very large Muslim fan base, and you know, it's good for him. You know, it's perfectly fine. But I kind of respect all parties because he's done this very respectfully. He's not thrown a fit. He's not attacked. He basically went and asked. I believe he asked in social media, but basically saying that it is offensive to him and and a lot of his fans. And can you please fix it? And EA said, "Yeah, we're sorry. We can see why that's an issue." I think that was an oversight. Nurmagomedov, I think that's how it's pronounced. Has basically said, you know, he's got nothing against Christianity. This is just, it was a mistake on EA's part. You know, everybody makes mistakes. It happens. I think this is a very classy move on his part. You know, like I said, he's not going to throw a fit. He's just saying, hey, this is a thing and we wish you'd be a little more respectful. And EA's going, we got you. That makes sense. And I like how all parties are kind of going. They're handling this peacefully. I think this is a thing that I think when religion gets involved, and I mean no offense to anybody who's religious, I respect all faiths and blah 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 all that stuff. But I do believe when religion gets involved, people can get a lot really hot-headed. That article was by Samit Sarkar at Polygon. By the way, but you know, I think when religion gets involved, we can get really hot-headed and we can lash out and whatnot. And I think this was handled very professionally by both sides. I mean, personally though, I do think it's weird that why do we have to remove this celebration? I mean, because it's a celebration. It's done by professional fighters. You know, I mean, I understand that it is offensive to those different faiths. You know, I'm like, okay, so don't make it so you know, have it so you can't apply those to the already in-game fighters, but you can do it to your own creative care. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I even really care. It's just I don't know. It's just in the instant, just I'm playing devil's advocate, just kind of trying to be fair to everyone. Thought I'd just point that out. But no, I mean, but that's not me saying that this cause was unjust. Or I think this was a very just campaign, and not campaign, but this was a very just request and very fair. And again, I keep going back to it. I really respect the fact that he just literally, because again, he didn't throw a fit, he didn't lash out. He just says, "Hey, this is a little offensive. Is there something we can do about this?" And EA says, "We got you." And again, instead of lashing out and attacking, come back saying, "We get it, sorry," and they fix it. I think this is I think this is a great. Oddly enough, it's a great step forward in, I don't know, not joining religions, but you know, just finding ways to talk about this shit. And I you know, it's other people, you know, it's like your stuff is stuff, other people's stuff is crap, you know, it's shit, and it's not that stuff, you know. I'm not a religious person, so you know, I mean no offense when I say it that way. It's a turn of phrase. But you know, with religion and how they're all interacting and whatnot, I do believe this is kind of a step forward, oddly enough, being done by video games. I've said it multiple times. I think gamers are probably some of the more forward-thinking people out there. You know, it's just always a thought I've had that, you know, it's like cause a lot of gamers I meet are probably more accepting of anyone, gender, race, sexual orientation, when you just don't care. And I mean, yeah, I mean, there are the people who do, and I don't know. I don't like the people who, you know, I'm not saying cursing is wrong, because I curse a lot. You know, people who use slurs and whatnot as slang, I try not to do it, and I think it's why do you have to? But still, I mean, even when they do that, I know some people who do talk like that. They use some of those slurs as insults when they play online, and they don't mean them in that sense. But yeah, I get why it's hurtful, and but you know what I mean. But I do think gamers are a very forward thinking bunch, and again, I think this is just a big example of that. You know, we can sell this stuff peacefully, and I really like that. I'm sorry, I've been rambling about this for a little too long. I'm gonna end the show here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I'm surprised I got through this without like passing out. If it's not obvious, I'm sorry. Like I just ran a couple miles. I came back, grabbed a shower. I'm sitting down in front of you. I am so freaking tired right now, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. If I didn't cover something, sorry, this week that you thought should have been covered, go ahead. Sorry, Jesus. Go ahead, tell me down in the comments below. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, my website down in the description. And if you want to help support the channel, if you're liking the videos, please don't be shy. Hit that like button, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Facebook. I need to do some more stuff on my Facebook. I'm currently in a transition process. Like I said, my girlfriend helped me out with a lot of my kind of logistical work. So I'm still working on getting everything up on, getting the show up on the website. Thumbnails. Doing the list of events for the past couple shows. I'm sorry. I promise I am working on it. Bear with me for a little bit. All that good stuff. Yeah, guys, that's all I got. Please, go check out all that stuff. Go check out my Let's Plays. Happy to do it. I love doing that stuff. Please go check those out. And other than that, guys, I'll see you next week. Like I said, at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I'll see you then with another bunch of news, guys. So until then, I'm AJ Gels, and this is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.